Good afternoon, teacher. In today's video, we're going to talk about a software to visualize proteins in 3 dimensions. This software is called PyMol. It's for education studios from biology molecular. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to use it, ways to install, and other curiosities about this software. I hope you enjoy it.
To download PyMol, we go to the browser and in the search engine, we put PyMol. Select the first option. Inside the page, we click on Download Now. The operating systems will appear. In my case, I chose Windows and I will download. We wait for it to download. When the download is finished, we click on the welcome window will appear. Click on Next. The terms and conditions will appear, and if we agree, we click on I agree. Select Just Me. Next. Later, we must select where it will be installed. In my case, I will create a folder in my hard disk. Browse. Inside the folder of the subject that we will call PyMol. We select Accept. Next. We will leave the installation options that appears to us and we click on Install. When we finish installing, we click Next and finish the installation was successful.
PyMol is a software that allows to visualize protein in third dimension. It has tools for measuring distance between atoms, elimination of amino acid and water molecules, and among many others. It also has tools for making video. PyMol is an open source or supported molecular viewer created by Warren Langford Delano and marketed by Delano Scientific LLC, a company dedicated to creating universally accessible tools for science and education community. PyMol is suitable for producing high-quality 3D images of biological small molecules and macromolecules such as proteins. PyMol is one of few open source visualization tools available for structural biology. The Py part of its name alludes to the fact that it extends to an extensive Python programming language, so it can be extended to perform complex analysis of molecular structure using libraries available for Python such as NumPy or Pylab.
This program has a section called the menu where there are 11 tools which will help you in problem or performance. 1. File. Different option and display. So a new tab. Open recent file. Sigma file. Export molecule. Alignment, imaging and movie. 2. Edit. Have a way find how to undo, enable objects and clear history. 3. Paint. In the hills, we file how to paint fragments, residuals, balancing the cycles, inserted regions, and remove. 4. Movie. Have you can and time, update, remove, recent program describes FPS, insert fragments, and images. 5. Display. It talks about in the displaying sequence an internal graphical using interference, background, space, color, quality, grade, and animation. 6. Setting. In the HIS, we edit in Paint, keyboard, shortcuts, colors, labels, animation, transparency, and representation. 7. Scene. This section talks about the new scene and the one that is being made. 8. Muse. It uses different buttons such as edit, motion, visualization, and light. Wizard. It talks about apparition, measurements, measurements, sculpting, filtering, and labeling. 10. Project. This is a linear project Excel, lighting, setting, and layering projects. 11. Help. In this last tab, there are help commands such as the community, where you can ask questions and manage updates and new licenses.
Well, as continue of this part of the video, I'm going to talk about how to use PyMol. But it's important to say that before you can use PyMol, it's a free software that you can get in the official page. You can buy a license, and you can have a free license for just students. If you're interested in this, you can click here, and you're gonna take a little questions about why you want to use PyMol, and you're gonna get a password in your Gmail username. Once you have this, you can go to this link and get your PyMol license for whatever version you want. And once you have this, you just start PyMol and run this kind of license. Well, after you have your license and your PyMol with your version for free education, you can start to use and watch your proteins in 3 dimensions. And here you're gonna use another format for your proteins called PBD. And this format you can only get in one page. There's a page named RCSB, Protein Data Bank, PDB, where you can find every protein you wanted from every microorganism and everyone. You can see that there's 198,747 structure from the PBD, and there's a code name for 3 characters. In here, we're watching the high resolution structure from the microorganism of Penicillium chrysogenum, that is a fungus, and this is the alpha-L arabinase complex with arabinoids. And the code for this protein is 3A72. This code is the one you're gonna need to watch the protein in here. You can watch a protein by 2 ways. You can go to File, Open, and get download the format of PDB. Once you select, you're gonna watch the protein. Well, another way that you can open a new file here in PyMol is with commands. You have 2 text lines to write commands. In here you just click and write fetch space and the code of 4 characters of the proteins. Here the protein that we get from the RCSB is the 3A72. 3A72, and we enter. And here we have the protein. Some curiosities or ways to watch this visual panel of PyMol is that you can use the left click and you can rotate the protein in every way that you want it. If you use the right click, you can do a zoom into the protein, or you can do a zoom away from the protein. If you use the center of the bottom, the wheel of the mouse, you can turn away the protein. Here, as you can see, I'm doing this with the wheel of the mouse. These are the ways of you can watch the protein in different angles using just the mouse. Another way that you can use the command bar is with the command reset. That sends you into the initial visual of the protein. Continue with the examples of the commands that you can use here. Once you have the protein, you can use this command that it's called orient. And as you can see, this command aligns the protein to the x-axis at the point where more amino acids are found. As you can see here is where more amino acids are found, and this is why the PyMol decides to align in this position this protein. It's changed in every case of of any protein. Another way to use this software is you have here this table. As you can see, you have these letters in the right, and the action, the A, you can use to see another actions about how to clear or clean the protein. As you can see, you can remove the water. Here you see how disappear all the points that are represented for water, or you can make here the command remove water. Here we're not going to make this command because you already cleaned all this water. The second button is the show button. As you can see here, you have a huge amount of ways that you can show things. Here you can show lines with the protein and changes how you can observe the group amino and the group of carboxylic acids of all the amino acids. Or here in the bottom H, you can hide, for example, this format of cartoon, and you can watch the protein in another format. And switch, you can watch as cartoon and hide the lines as we have the protein and at the first. Or you can show the labels. You can show the labels chains, and here you can see that we have the chain B in the chain A. We only have 2 chains in this protein. Or you can make the labels of the receipts. As you can see, we have a glycerine, asparagine, tyrosine, and all the different amounts of amino acids here. You can hide the labels and you can have your protein as at the beginning. You can change the color by elements. You can change the color by the chains. And here you have the chain B and all the chain A. You can also change the background color with this command bg color white, and here you have the background set white. Also, you can use the section of display and change it the background with white, like gray and black. You can use whatever you want, the command or all these spaces that are more visual. And as a final configuration for this software, you can watch how the structure of the amino acids are in order. If you go down here, you can show all the spectrum of the amino acids of the first chain, of the chain A, and then the chain B. As you can see, you have only 6 amino acids in the chain B. And as you can show, it's right here in color blue, the chain B. Next to here, everything that you want to do here watching other proteins is that you can add another proteins here to the own software and visualize how to interact in the same way. You can also watch a video of how these interactions are making here in the proteins. For example, if you go here to the database and select another protein, as you can watch here, we have, for example, we're gonna try to find the 3A73 and watch if there's a protein in here. As you can see, we have a 3A73 protein that is a crystal structure analysis of human serum albumin complex with delta 12 prostaglandin J2. We can take this into PyMol and set fetch 3A73, and we have these two proteins on the same visualized program. And as you can see here, you can watch all the chain of the amino acids in here. And as you can watch, the second protein that we add in here, it's longer than the first one. And as you can see, it have a long amount of chains that as the first one. You can watch in here with a zoom that the second protein isn't interacting with the one. So you can see or say that only watching this, you can understand that there's no any catalysis occurring during these chains. And it's all for the example of today. I hope you enjoyed this video and watch the end of the software.
Saving files with PyMol. In the exercise of Chapter 2, the most elementary functions of PyMol were analyzed. However, sometimes it is required to subtract evidence of such work or generate an image of the display observed. In the latter case, the menu file, saved as image in PNG, can be very useful. However, it only saves a single image. Sometimes it is required to history a file that contains any modifications made to the crystallography file, such as deleting atoms, as with the option remove waders, or when loading two files in the same viewing window. In these cases, the save command is the best alternative since it allows the saving of the environment of work or a part of it in a window formats. Here are the options for the PyMol save command. The input order of the save argument is PyMol save pattern file name selection state format. It is very important to save commands between the command argument. Path and file name. This is the information needed for PyMol to save the file to a desired location. If I don't cannot type PyMol automatically saves the file in the current user's home directory. One type to that the file path has been typed by using a search. For example, the name must be typed for the file. For example, the indication users me desktop molecular 1 in will save a file called molecular 1 on the desktop of the user me. Selection. In this file, you must enter the names of the set of atoms or molecules to be the one to save. Additional, you can also the type all to have PyMol of our files. Item loaded in the display area. Condition. In this file, you must topic and integrate that's the program. The state in which you want save the file can be one of the following. One current state of the molecule. This is the difficult. The format. It deals PyMol, the format in which the file will be saved. The possible format are saving files with PyMol tree, for example, PDB, PQR, MOL, MMD, MMOD, PO, PNG, PSI, PSE, ILN, MTL, WRL. In case the file format is not recursive, the program will automatically save the file in PDB format. The following examples will save in image name water1 in PNG format to the desktop. PyMol save users me desktop water1 PNG all one PNG. Note: when using save to save image, you can maximize the quality of the image if you first click on the main menu, display, and select the option quality, maximum quality. Another good option in the one located in the main menu. File subsection as which while open a window asking you for the location here you want to save the file, and it will generate a file of PSE extension. PSE files can be opened by double click on them and counting the display in the last save display state. If you open such file in and make modification, you must save the changes through the main menu, save session, and finally